How's it going, everyone? Before we get started, I do want to apologize that I am feeling a little under the weather today, so if my voice doesn't sound as it usually does, please excuse that. But today I wanted to do something a little different. I can't help but notice that my last video about who the soul in Deltarune is and what their purpose is, it got more views than any of my other videos in a shorter period of time than any of my other videos have gotten viewed in, if that makes sense. And so I kind of want to continue getting some content out, strike while the iron is hot, so to speak, and make another video for you guys. And today I thought I would tackle something that I'm not too in agreement with, something that I think is a little bit out there, and I kind of want to see if everyone else agrees with me, or if maybe this is something that people actually do agree with, and maybe, I'm missing something here. And oddly enough, it's a theory about the snowman in Undertale. And so I was scrolling the other day and I found a post by user golden_anomaly. I'm going to put the post on screen now so that I could give credit to, where I found this connection. Less so of a theory that someone else had, and more so just an observation that the snowman in Undertale and the mystery man, who's believed to be W.D. Gaster, are posted up in a very similar way, with both of them in their own room at the end of a straight corridor and standing on a rectangular sort of platform or area. Obviously, there's differences. The snowman's environment is far more detailed than the environment that Gaster's in. But I think that this honestly warrants talking about, even if I don't fully agree with it. And with Undertale's 10th anniversary coming up next month, I believe, there's probably no better time to start talking about Undertale again and see if 10 years later we could get a different perspective on anything that we may have missed. So obviously this isn't going to be a super in-depth theory, but it is going to talk about a few aspects of maybe some connections that these two characters, who maybe are a little more unassuming to most to have a connection, but we're going to see what connections they have. So just starting off, the snowman is generally one of the first characters that you're going to encounter in Undertale, being in the forest before Snowdin. And the whole deal with the snowman is that when you first approach him, he basically, long story short, asks the player to take a piece of him and take it with them, take it far, far away. It's, for the purpose of the snowman basically seeing the world like, I can't move, I'm stationary, I want to explore the world, but I can't move, and I want you to take a piece of me on your adventure so I can see the world. And the snowman gives you an item called a snowman piece, which is actually a consumable item, and so if the player is feeling particularly evil, they can eat the snowman piece and restore a little bit of health during battle. Now, if they want to, they can go back and get another snowman piece, and eventually, if they continue to eat the snowman piece, the snowman will eventually decline giving out another piece. But notably, in the genocide run, you can actually continue to take pieces until the snowman is essentially gone. So interestingly enough, the snowman is one of the characters that you kill, so to speak, in the Snowgrave genocide route. Yeah, Snowgrave route, literally the grave of a snowman. Maybe there's a connection there. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's kind of a weird kind of one-off. There's not really any other characters like him, and you do get a payoff if you take the snow piece to the end of the game. it's really like you can bring the snowman piece to Waterfall and Temmie Village and Hotland and the Core and the True Lab and all these different places, and it doesn't really matter. But when you bring the snowman piece to the surface, that's when, Sans calls you and says you made a snowman very happy. And I say it doesn't matter those other places is because I'm pretty sure if you just throw the snowman piece in your storage the whole game, and then you bring it out for the end and bring it to the surface, the snowman is still happy. The snowman, their happiness and their, the completion of the little snowman side plot is contingent on bringing the snowman piece to the surface, not bringing it through the underground, which I think is really interesting because it's like the snowman doesn't want to see the world of the underground necessarily. The snowman wants to see sunlight, wants to see the overworld, the world that we see in Deltarune, the area that's not the underground. And I don't know. Well, anyway, we're getting off track. I want to talk about how this could, in the most loose of ways, connect to Gaster. Now, Gaster is someone who famously used to be the royal scientist. He built the core, and he fell into his own creation. Not confirmed to be the core, but fell into his own creation and was scattered across time and space. Now, if you really want to dig into this, and I saw some other people talking about this connection in particular online, under that same post, if I'm not mistaken. But if this is attributed to one person in particular, I'm going to rely on you guys to say it's someone other than the original poster of this connection, because I'm not aware of it. But Gaster, if he's in pieces and the snowman hands you pieces of himself, it's kind of like, it's interesting, especially because of the current theories with Deltarune that Gaster is trying to escape into the main overworld area from wherever he is right now. And so the overarching theory about the snowman is the snowman is in a dark underground place, and he gives pieces of himself to travelers in hopes that they will escape. And the connection to Gaster would be that Gaster is most likely in this dark underground, or at the very least, apart from reality kind of place, and there's pieces of himself that want to escape and see the world. And that's kind of the core of this theory. Now, I thought of some other aspects of how you could really take this far, and we're talking stretching so well that I don't know. I know that there's the term crack theories in the community, but this is pretty close to that level, I would say. So the snowman is, and get ready for this, you're gonna have to buckle your seatbelt for this, all right? The snowman is a snowman. I know that's controversial, but we have to look at, since we're talking about him, other snowmen that appear in Deltarune. Specifically, there are snowmen for Sans and Papyrus, which Papyrus is obviously made in his image, and the implication is that the one for Sans represents him as well, but it is just a lump with his name written in ketchup on it. And I think it's confirmed to be ketchup in some artwork and figures that show him with a bottle of ketchup. And maybe even when you talk to it, I don't remember. This wasn't important enough for me to pull up the dialogue where you talk to the Sans snowman. But importantly, Gaster is implied to be a skeleton. Mostly due to his name being a combination of, this is also a theory, Wingdings and Aster, the two fonts. And so, if we're to follow the through line of Gaster's a skeleton, and then the other two snowmen that we see are also skeletons, it kind of makes me wonder, And I know there is a snowman, or at least a snow dog for, I think, lesser dog, the enemy that you pet and you pet over and over again, and it makes the giant, twirling snow sculpture. But for snowman in particular, it's the snowman, sans, and papyrus. And this is way out there, but if we're to take this another step, we can say that the snowman is a literal representation of Gaster, not just a symbolic representation, and potentially even one that was built by him long ago. I'm still stretching this, but the snowman and Gaster also share a very similar shape, being a head, a body, without any other clear appendages that are, confirmed. There's a visible face, there's a visible torso with some details on the torso, but that's about as far as it goes. But yeah, I don't know what I want to call this. I don't know if I don't know if this is entirely original. I know the post is not, but I don't know if there's been any other videos that have gone into a lot of detail about this, but I guess I would just call it, I don't know, WD Snowman Theory? Who knows? I'll probably decide. You guys will know before I do recording this, because you guys will see the video title. But yeah, I'm super happy about all of the support that my last video got, and honestly, my videos, one after another, have been getting a few more views and a few more views, and I've been really appreciative. I never want to be one of those creators who, is going out saying, you gotta like and subscribe to my videos and click the follow, whatever. No, I don't. I'm just happy that people are watching my videos. I really enjoy this. This is something I said in a video I made a while ago, but I'm making videos because, I have my girlfriend supporting me. She told me to do it. She thinks it's a great idea, and she loves listening to them. So give her another shout out here. But yeah, I'm just glad that other people seem to enjoy it as much as she does. It really has been nice to watch how many people view these videos. But yeah, like I said, Undertale's 10th anniversary is coming up. And so if you guys have any, theories that you would want me to cover, or older Undertale theories that you would want me to revisit from back in the classic era and kind of look back at how they've changed over time, let me know. I'm super open to doing it. And honestly, I think that views for Undertale content are probably going to go up in the next month. So I would love to strike while that iron is hot. But yeah, I hope all of you have an amazing day, and I am out.